robbed by aliens. He just arrived. There's old Buddha sitting under the holy tree, holy tree. There's old Buddha, mind quiet as it can be. Sitting like a wise old frog, frog. Sitting like a log, log, log. Sitting like a smile on his face, face. Sitting like empty space. Doesn't mind rain, doesn't mind thunder. What could bother old Buddha, I wonder? He wasn't bothered by the dentist. He wasn't bothered by the dentist. Just slow down, boy. He wasn't bothered by the dentist. He wasn't bothered by the dentist. He wasn't bothered by the dentist. Just slow down, boy. There's old Buddha sitting under the holy tree, holy tree. There's old Buddha, mind is quiet as it can be. Sitting like a wise old frog, frog. Sitting like a log, log. Sitting like a smile on his face, face. Sitting like empty space. Doesn't mind rain, doesn't mind thunder. What could bother old Buddha, I wonder? Wasn't bothered by crossing the street. He wasn't bothered by crossing the street. He let that crossing the street. Just run by. He wasn't bothered by crossing the street. He wasn't bothered by crossing the street. He let that crossing the street. Just run by. The circle can expand. Come and join the circle. All people hand in hand. There is love in the circle. A love you can understand. Come and join the circle. All people. That's a Zen circle. In the circle. On the land. Come and join the circle. All people hand in hand. There are cookies in the circle. Cookies I'll enjoy the circle of people and silent donuts in a circle. Silent donuts on the land. I'll enjoy the circle of people there's a place for you in the circle. The circle can expand. Oh, join the circle of people. So my name is Michael. This is Marla. This is Soba. This is Michael. This mutual some part of the with our families service. And so we all come together from us who are already in there and all do service together. Those of us who know prostration and know something to do, help lead those. All right in there. Adults, Samsung is working for a conference group, so after we leave, we go to the conference group and then your parents tell us here, we're all back together in the backyard here. Oh, mommy, mommy, some of the boys and girls will put together a fire. For us, a fire. Okay, so if I would ask everyone to stand up, please, if you're able to. We are going to begin our service today with 3 mindful prostrations. And I know that there are some of you here who are really good at prostrations. For those of you who are differently able and not able to do prostrations, you can just do a simple bow to the altar. But for those of us who can do the whole thing, we're going to do 3 prostrations together. So everyone come on up. Let's face the altar, hands in hot chong. Okay, here we go. We start with a bow. Now come on down to our knees. Look at the altar, hands in hot chong. We come down, put our forehead on the ground, put your hands up to the sky. And we come Okay, so now I'd like to ask everyone to find a comfortable place to sit because we're all going to sit together for 5 minutes. Okay? Okay. So 5 minutes of meditation and quiet. I bet we can do it. I'm going to ring a bell, and then when we're done, we'll ring it again, okay? And when we no longer hear the bell, we put our hands down, put our left fingers on top of our right fingers, on our legs, and our thumbs touching. And just relax. It's just And in your nose, and breathe in, and all your little nose hairs, feel it again. Nice and warm. Focus on that breath. In, wow, really good, everyone. Really good. All right, so now I'm actually going to have you stand up again because we're going to do the 3 rules together, the 3 refuges, okay? So I'm going to pick up my muffler and I ask you to repeat after me. All right, everyone, repeat after me, please. Buddha, the awakened one.
Buddha, the awakened one.
The awakened heart in us all.
The awakened heart in us all.
And the living force of peace.
And the living force of peace.
May I take refuge in the Buddha.
May I take refuge in the Buddha.
Dharma, the teachings of the Buddha.
Dharma, the teachings of the Buddha.
Moral discipline and wisdom.
Moral discipline and wisdom.
May I take refuge in the Dharma.
May I take refuge in the Dharma.
Sangha,
Sangha,
a happy and joyous community of all living beings.
the happy and joyous community of all living beings.
May I take refuge in the Sangha.
May I take refuge in the Sangha.
Okay, if I can ask you all to take a seat. Now I'm going to talk. So at our last meeting together, my name is Haiyun, by the way. I'm the Dharma teacher here at the temple. And at our last meeting of the Families Program, there were some parents who asked us if we could do more on Buddhist basics. And we are always happy to do that. So today's talk, I hope is something that everyone will enjoy, but it's on the 4 Noble Truths. The 4 Noble Truths was the Buddha's first teaching, and they call it the first turning of the wheel of Dharma. So, our story on the Four Noble Truths takes place in a monastery far away. That monastery is called Sangwonsa. Say it. Sangwonsa. And it's in southeast Korea, near the Korean South China Sea. All right, so at Sangwonsa, there are 3 monks who are our monks. We're focusing on our heroes of the day. All right, the first monk, and let me just tell you, monks, how they look. Is there anyone here with a bald head? Someone, are you here?
He's outside.
He's got almost bald head. So yeah, they have a totally bald head. They wear great outfits like I have on, but nicer. And then they wear a robe, except theirs probably doesn't have a hole in it like mine does. So they look kind of like me without hair. So our 3 monks are named Beanie, Cecil, and Pinchbeetie. All right. Beanie is assigned to work in the temple kitchen. So he has to cook for like 500 people every day. I mean, not just him. He's a big part of a big staff. And Beanie loves to cook. It's a perfect place for him. However, Beanie has a few complaints. Those complaints are, he's like, how much tofu and kale can one person eat? Beanie would stay up at night and he'd read issues of like Bon Appetit magazine and something like that. And he would say, oh, if only I could try the foie gras, if only I could try the caviar, if only I could try all of these wonderful things. Yet I'm stuck eating kale and making kale into a food. What is to be done? So he had complaints. Beanie's dream was to work cooking. Not kale, not cooking. So he really had this dream. So that's Beanie. He's just really, that's his big, all I want to do is cook in a fancy place. And there's Cecil. Cecil is on the staff that does the chanting in the monastery. So he every morning chants this big morning bell chant. He chants this big Thousand Eyes and Hands Sutra. They have giant mock talks. They have giant bells. They have a giant fish that goes into a gong. So they have all this percussion. So Cecil, but Cecil has a dream too. You know what Cecil's dream is? He wants to play in BTS. Does everyone know K-pop? Has everyone heard of K-pop?
Yeah.
All right, K-pop is a big thing all over the world. And probably one of the biggest bands in K-pop is BTS. Now, Cecil even has a bias. His bias is Rat Monster. I don't know, that's his person. He really wants to meet Rat Monster, but he wants to be in BTS. So that's Cecil's thing. Oh my God, if I could only try out for BTS. And then, of course, there's Pinchbeetie, who really hates his name. Can you understand why he might hate his name? He really is like, every time, it's like either someone's after him, like pinching him, or he's like, stay away. So he doesn't like his name at all, and he wants his name changed. And so he thinks if he goes to a judge will change his name to something other than Pinchbeetie. So the 3 of them sit around after the evening practice, and they're like, oh, if we only follow our dreams, we'd be so happy. So they made a plan. That plan was that one night, after all the lights were out, they go out pretty early in the monastery. All the lights were out. Make their way to the town nearby and pursue their dreams. They loved the monastery, but they had these dreams. So they, one night, pitch black, no one leave the monastery. And then they're on this little road and they're falling all over each other because it's pitch black. There are no street lights. There's nothing. And they're looking on this path, and there seems to be this lantern that they see. And as they walk, the lantern gets brighter. And they see that there's this man. He's a short man wearing a dark coat. He's holding a lantern. He has a sharp beak-like nose. He's wearing like an old-fashioned men's fedora hat. I don't know if you've what that looks like, but he's wearing a fedora and he has a pencil mustache. And they're like, whoa, what luck that we found him here in the middle of nowhere. And he said, guys, are you lost? No, we're trying to make our way to the city. We have these big dreams. Oh, maybe I can help you. My name is Mr. Duca. So, I happen to have a place right over here. You could spend the night. And then we can all go to the city. I have a few contacts. Those contacts, and we can actually help. Oh my gosh, what luck! We ran into you, Mr. Duca! Holy cow! So, they slept. They spent the night at Mr. Duca's. Had a French toast for breakfast. They were good to go. Mid-morning, they head into the city, the big city that's nearby, Sanguanza. And Mr. Duca says, you know, my dear Mimi, I actually know someone who owns a restaurant. Would you care to meet him? His name is Mr. Ferris. He's like, OMG, would I ever? So they all go for lunch at this restaurant. And this restaurant, like a lot of restaurants in Korea, serves fried chicken and beer. That's their like focal point. And so they all sit down for fried chicken and beer. And it's the best fried chicken they have ever had in their entire life. Oh my God. Oh my God. Beanie was out of his mind. This Duca said, my dear baby, come. Who owns this fine establishment? He comes into the other room, and there's Mr. Feathers. Mr. Feathers says, I hear you may want a job, my dear boy. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want to work in the restaurant more than anything. Well, I just happen to have an opening right now. Would you start today? I can start immediately. So Beanie starts. He's like up to his elbows in chicken bones, and he's just carting things up and doing all the work that someone working at the restaurant does. So then Mr. Duca says, my dear Cecil, I actually have a friend who you may want to meet. He's a part of BTS. maybe, just maybe, he might let you sing with you. And in fact, I think they might be looking for another person. Cecil's like, oh my God, my big opportunity. I can't believe it. All right. They make their way to the big auditorium. It's dark except for all of the lights around the stage. At the doorway, clear as day, is his eyes. Oh, it's Rat Monster. I'm making this name up. I'm not. RM is right there. And Cecil's basically wetting his pants at this point. He can't even believe it. And RM is like, hey dude, I'd like you to sing for me. Hey dude, I really like your music. Can you sing? Cecil's like, can I sing? OMG. So Cecil gets over his like bedwetting mode, and he's then goes on the stage. And he can't see a thing because the lights are so bright on him. But Cecil, he knows, he reaches deep down. His practice, he knows this is his big opportunity. And he bets. Inside tonight. So watch me bring the fire and set the night alight. Whoa, shine through the city like a pumpkin soul. Cause I'm gonna light it up like dynamite. I'm gonna light it up like dynamite. Shining through the city with a little pumpkin soul. I'm gonna light it up like dynamite. Well, everyone was stunned. You, in fact, might be stunned. And RM was sitting there with his mouth open, and he's like, hey, good to meet you. He walks up to Cecil. I really like your stuff. I deeply moved by what you do. want to hear what you do. And Cecil's like, you want to hear chanting? Yes, that's the old rat. I love that rat. So Cecil's like, well, this is my way into BTS. I'm going to chant my heart out. So Cecil gets up there. One charge tears coming out of his eyes. He couldn't believe how beautiful it was. He said, "You, your voice, Cecil, it's like angels. I just can't believe it. You just set our night on fire." And Cecil's like, "Oh, does this mean I get a job with BTS?" And I was like, "No, not ever. We don't have any openings. But I'd like to come see you sometime." Cecil was complimented, but kind of crushed. It's like, okay, he likes what I do, but I don't have a job with BTS. Oh. So they left there with Mr. Duca, Cecil, and Pinch Me Tight. And Cecil said, you know what, just have to go see my friend Beanie. I don't know how to make sense of this. I'm feeling good because he likes my stuff, but I'm feeling really bad that there's no opening in BTS. I'm going to go see Beanie. Mr. Duca's like, oh, you can see here. See English immediately. So Mr. Duca and Pinch Me Tight then go to the big marble palace of law. And they walk in the door, and Pinch Me Tight is so nervous. His heart is like, go in this huge marble courtroom, white marble everywhere, and there is this giant dais thing, and the judge with a black robe on sitting up there. And there's all these other people in the courtroom too. And they sit down and they're listening. And finally it gets to page 479, page 479. And there is a person here by the name of Pinch Me Tight who wants a new name. Judge said, please approach the bench. Okay. Mr. Duca holding Pinch Me Tight's hand because he's so nervous. He says, you want to change your name, son? I do, sir. I really don't like Pinch Me Tight. And the judge says, what's your legal name? Lee Park Lee? Your legal name is Lee Park Lee? Yeah, Pinch Me Tight is my Dharma name. He's like, I don't have any authority to change a Dharma name, son. I could only change Lee Park Lee, just like that. He's like, no, I have no problem with Lee Park Lee. So he's like, I'm sorry, you have to go see your Dharma master for that. I can't do anything with that kind of stuff. So Pinch Me Tight is crushed. He's like, what? What? I'm going all this way? And I'm too shy to talk to him. It's too scary. So they go back to the restaurant. By this time, Beanie is pretty sick of being up to his elbows in chicken parts and guts. It's just gross. And he's like, what am I doing here? I don't like this at all. It was just this assembly line of stuff. And the smell, oh my God. That smell. Mr. Feathers didn't seem to mind it at all, but Beanie couldn't stand it. So all three of them are there like, oh, this is terrible. We've left the monastery. Now what? Now what are we going to do? And Mr. Duca suddenly wasn't so nice. He started like spittle coming from his mouth. And he was just, he had this snarl. And he said, you're just a bunch of losers. That's what you are. You're losers. I could have helped you. You didn't take my help. And he said, they looked at each other, and Cecil said, I don't think you're a loser, Beanie. Beanie said to Pinch Me Tight, I don't think you're a loser either. And they both said to Cecil, you're not a loser. So we're going back to the monastery. That's our home. And I think we're really scared. They may not take us back, but we got to try. Yeah, losers. So they make their way, it's daytime now, as they make their way back to the monastery. The big door opens. It's us. It's us. We're back. I think you have to go see the Dharma Master for this. Dharma Master. Look at what I have to say. And so the Dharma Master, just male, a male version, so said, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I did such a mistake. I really love tofu. I want to go back to the kitchen. Could I please go back to the kitchen? Sure. You can go back. Go back now. You are welcome. You're always welcome. Your place isn't out there. It's here with us. We want you here. We love you. Be happy. Go to the kitchen. Cecil said, I am so sorry. I just thought I wanted to be a BTS and I couldn't. And when he liked my music and I don't know what to do with that, I have to process it. So I'd like to go back to the music section here. And he's like, my son, go back. You're my son. Of course you can go back. Be happy. And then it's the Dharma Master and face to face, mano a mano. And what happens? And what was your issue, my son? Well, I don't like my name. I don't like it. It's terrible. Do you want to know what your name means? Your name means you will be enlightened in this life. Somebody ditched me because like, that's a pretty cool name, right? So suddenly his view of himself switched, but he knew he had to practice. So he went straight for the meditation mats, and he spent so much time on the meditation mats. And ultimately, Pinchmi Tai became a great Zen master himself. He believed in himself, and he knew there had to be a secret meaning to that name, and he found it out from the Dharma master. Meanwhile, Beanie is happy as a clam. He's prancing in the garden. They're in a garden like we do. He's picking all these little herbs and stuff, and he's doing lovely things with tofu and kale. And he's just happy, so happy to be home. And Cecil playing that big wooden fish. He's like played it like never before. He was like, boom, like Elvis on the big fish. I mean, it was incredible. They were so happy being right where they were. And a couple years later, you know what happened? There was a knock on the door. And it was RM and the rest of the APS. And they're like, we like to hear you. So Cecil chanted for them. They were like enthralled. And then at the very end of their visit, Cecil goes to the Dharma master. He's like, so of course the Dharma master's like, yes! So BTS gets up on stage at the monastery, and they're like, in the stars tonight. Light the fire and set the dynamite. Whoa, shining through the city like a little pumpkin. So I'm gonna light it up with dynamite. Everyone was dancing and singing along, and it was just a great day. And Mr. Dukkha, well, he still hung around outside the monastery because we're all human beings, and Mr. Dukkha is never far away from us, so he hangs out. But they were happy, and they followed the Four Noble Truths. So, at the end of this story, let's go through the Four Noble Truths. Number one, they suffered. First, they suffered because they really wanted to get out. Then they suffered because they wanted to get back. So they suffered, all three of them. Number two, a lot of our suffering and their suffering was about what we bring on ourselves, right? It's not about, bad things happen to us, but a lot of our suffering, and you can see it with Beanie, Cecil, Pinchmi Tai, was themselves. Beanie and Cecil had this craving. They were grasping, I want this. Pinchmi Tai was like pushing away, I don't want this. And that's what made them unhappy. And number three of the Four Noble Truths is there is a way out. And for the three of them, what it meant was finding their humility and finding that place of softening and saying, I can be happy right where I am in this monastery with all the people around me. And the vehicle for our happiness and for our lack of suffering is called the Eightfold Path. And we hear the Eightfold Path every single time we do Buddha's Golden Chain of Love. You know why? I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts. I will try to say pure and beautiful words. I will try to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that on what I do now depends not only my own happiness, but also the happiness of others. That's the story of Beanie, Cecil, and Pigeon Pie, who went on to lead happy lives in their town. So now, to end our time together, I would like someone, Sarah, can you come up? Yeah. I'd like you to come up and sit by me and read the Eightfold Path. And I'd like someone younger, if you want to come up and sit and ring the bell. Go sit and ring the bell, please. Oh my gosh, I was supposed to do this on. Okay, so sit right here and read it 3 times, and then whenever I put my finger up, I want you to ring it. Okay? This is Seneca. Seneca, this is what you're going to read. Can you read that? If you need help, I can help. All right, let's all put our hands in hot town while Seneca reads the Eightfold Path and Eli rings the bell. So ring it 3 times, Eli.
Understanding. If you see it clearly, you can act appropriately. Number 2. Intention. This does everything we need to continually strengthen our Number 3, speech. What you say profoundly affects what you think, and vice versa. 4, action. Let speech, action form feedback without heart and mind. Number 5, life. This is the choices we make in terms of how we seek to take care of ourselves and our lives. Effort. If we want to apply energy to our practice, equals knowledge. Number 7, mindfulness. This is clear, open awareness of what's going in our mind, body, and the world around us. This is hand put to our practice. 8, concentration. Our efforts are greatly enhanced when we meditate.
Okay, that is our service today. Now we're going to move on to our various activities. I encourage parents to follow Mosamsam. Mosamsam, raise your hand. Yeah, and you'll be going to the conference room, and the rest of us will be breaking up into various groups and doing fun crafts and games. And teenagers, if you can follow me and Ilchi, raise your hand, Ilchi. Ilchi. Okay, so me and Ilchi here with the teens. And so let's chant Ma'un on our way out so that we can practice being quiet so that others can sit and continue to work. Thank you, Seneca. Okay, and Mount Moon is going to finish our service here for the adults while we chant Mount Moon. Please bring your cushions with you if they're the little ones and put them in the bin. So everybody, please stand up. We're going to do just a little bit of stretching before we continue this service. So just kind of shake it out, shake your legs and your arms. Take a nice deep breath. One fold up, one fold down. Switch. Side. Good. Side, turn your head, stretching your back. Now place your hands on supporting your lower back. Leaning back, looking at the ceiling. Breathing. And then bend your knees, place your hands on the floor if you can, to the palm. And then straighten your knees. Bend your knees. Stand up. And repeat that 2 more times. And back. And your knees. Straighten your knees. And your knees. Stand up.
Mhm. Straighten your knees. Bend your knees. Stand up. And now we get rid of some stale air and some energy. So take your right hand and put it into a fist. And you're going to punch. All right, here we go. Very good. Now that we're awake, we're going to sit for 25 minutes of meditation. These mats and cushions are now available, so if you want to move closer, you may, or you may stay where you're at. Whatever you should. So as we begin to sit, check your posture. It should be nice and stable. Preferably there's a triangular base of your knees that you're sitting on. So, but sit in a posture that you know works best for you. And then we're going to straighten our back. The spine is very important to our practice. So to do this, lean forward on your hand. Arms up, palms facing. Turn the palms out. Slowly lower the arms. And then place the hands in a neutral. Left fingers on top of right. The thumbs intimately touching the mudra, supported by your mat and neutral foot on your tongue. And now place the tip of your tongue at the back of your tongue. This helps relax the jaw. And it also controls the lower body slightly. Look down the bridge of your nose. Softly focusing your hands. Wherever your eyes want to fall. Allow your eyeballs to come to a place of stillness. Even pressure throughout. Now begin to breathe, particularly focusing on the area of the throat, punching, in our abdomen, out to the lower. So just note the expansion of breathe in, touch on to expand. Breathe out. Contract. In. Breathe. In. If you have a practice, begin your practice at this point. If you do not already have a practice, such as the mantra about the counting, I would recommend counting just the out breath. Each out breath has a number. And 5 reference to 0. So it goes like this: I breathe in, and as I breathe out, I say to myself, Bring to mind the image of a mountain sitting right in its bone, asking you to spend time. And then the image of clouds floating by the ocean, the clouds representing just allow the clouds to float by, returning again and again, more breath, out in your breath, engaging. Please join me in time and stretching. Massaging the scalp, top of the head, from the front to the back, all the way down to the occipital bone. Massaging the ears, perhaps some pressure points. Leaning forward like this to stretch the lower back. Raise up. Raise up as well. Now folding forward. Bringing the arms as far as you can. Staying hands behind the back. Move the arms up. And as we sit up, we're moving to a spinal twist. First to the left, looking as far over your shoulder as you can. Switching, so we're looking over the right shoulder. And now some big upper body circles. Reversing direction. Resting your left wrist with the right hand. Lean right. And reverse and move left. Clasping the hands behind the head, some sharp outward breaths. Twist to the left. And the right. And as we drop the arms, abdominal breathing. And go ahead, stretch your head and stiffen your spine. You can sit comfortably. Can you hear me okay without the microphone? Is there anything that I'm not hearing you? Check. So let me go off. So I hope you enjoyed our family service with the children today. And the stories about Dukkha. In the Buddhist tradition, have you heard that term Dukkha? What does Dukkha mean? Suffering. Got it. So it's interesting that one of the monks, I believe it was Cecil, if I'm remembering correctly, did not like chanting. And so he wanted to go off and be part of their King. Actually, chanting is a very important practice when we're talking about this whole realm of suffering in particular, because it is a practice that brings many benefits to us. So we're going to end our service today by doing a little chanting. I looked up what are the benefits of chanting. So these are not particularly tied to any religion at all, but the benefits of chanting. Number one, it reduces stress, anxiety, and depression. Number two, it increases a positive mood, produces a sense of relaxation. Number three, better sleep at night. So you might want to think, maybe you should do a little chanting before you go to sleep. Number four, it lowers your heart rate. Number five, it counters dementia. So I'm glad to hear that. At my age, do a little more chanting that counters dementia. Maybe because some of the chants are very long, require a lot of memorization. Not quite sure. But in any case, when we do the chanting, it activates parts of our brain that's very beneficial to us. So today we're going to spend probably only about 5 minutes. That's about what we have. Learning a new chant. And this chant, I'm going to ask Dagmar to help. So we have cards. Each of us will have cards. But I'm going to go through the whole chant first, and then we'll stand up and we'll read these flashcards to show you the various parts of the chant. And because I am still learning this a little bit myself, I want to look at my book, refer to my book. This is called Ode to Kwanseum. Does anybody know what Kwanseum means? So Kwanseum is a bodhisattva, a being who has delayed their own enlightenment to benefit others. And so throughout Buddhist monasteries, you'll find statues of Kwanseum. So this is a statue of Kwanseum, the bodhisattva of great compassion. So these are archetypal characters of compassion. And when we are healing to compassion within us, obviously brings some really benefit. Okay, so this is what it sounds like. One Seum, one Seum, one Seum, one Seum. Everybody, one Seum. Every day, one Seum. One Seum, one Seum, one Seum, one Seum. Happy times, one Seum. Sad times, one Seum. One Seum, one Seum, one Seum. One Seum, joyfully, one Seum, tearfully, one Seum, one Seum, one Seum, one Seum, one Seum. Do not hate, one Seum, do not cry. One Seum, one Seum, one say on, one say on, one say on. Let go, one say on. Let us be, one say on. Let us smile, let us smile. Okay, so now we're gonna take the arms. And Jaguar and I will stand. And then, I don't know how this is gonna fly. We'll see how it works. So, Juan Seon is the phrase that keeps getting repeated. So let's try that. Let's try this the first line together. Juan Seon, Juan Seon, Juan Seon, Juan Seon. And then, when we get to the rest of the letters, we add things. So we have a partridge thing that we're adding. So, let's start with one Seon, one Seon, one Seon, one Seon. Everybody, one Seon. Every day, one Seon, one Seon, one Seon, one Seon, one Seon. Happy times, one Seon. Sad times, one Seon, one Seon, one Seon, one Seon, one Seon. Joyfully, one Seon. Tearfully, one Seon. One Seon, one Seon, one Seon, one Seon. Do not hate, one Seon. Do not cry, one Seon. One Seon, one Seon, one Seon, one Seon. Let go, one Seon. Let us be, one Seon. Let us smile, let us smile. Okay, let's try it. Maybe two more times. Okay, here we go. One Seon, one Seon, one Seon, one Seon. Everybody, one Seon. Every day, one Seon, one Seon, one Seon, one Seon, one Seon. Happy times, one Seon. Sad times, one Seon. One Seon, one Seon, one Seon, one Seon. Joyfully, one Seon. Tearfully, one Seon. One Seon, one Seon, one Seon, one Seon. Do not hate, one Seon. Do not cry, one Seon. One Seon, one Seon, one Seon, one Seon. Let go, one Seon. Let us be, one Seon. Let us smile, let us smile. One Seon, one Seon, one Seon, one Seon.
everybody, one Sam, every day, one Sam, one Sam, one Sam, one Sam, one Sam, happy times, one Sam, sad times, one Sam, one Sam, one Sam, one Sam, one Sam, joyfully, one Sam, tearfully, one Sam, one Sam, one Sam, one Sam, one Sam, do not hate, one Sam, do not cry, one Sam, one Sam, one Sam, one Sam, one Sam, let go, one Sam, let us be, one Sam, let us smile, let us smile.
Everybody smiling? Do you feel better from chanting? And I thank you for engaging in that practice with us. So, we will sit down again. And so we're going to close with the 4th grade house. Have some announcements, and then we'll go join the kids for Saturday. All beings, one body.
All beings, one body.
I vow to liberate.
I vow to liberate.
Blind passions, one root.
Blind passions, one root.
I vow to terminate.
I vow to terminate.
Dharma gates, one mind.
Dharma gates, one mind.
I vow to penetrate.
I vow to penetrate.
The great way of Buddha.
The great way of Buddha.
I vow to realize.
I vow to realize.
So while she is grabbing the schedule, just extend the invitation that once announcements are done and we exit the room. We just go straight to the backyard, enjoying donuts and cider today. We'll not have a together action because our together action today is meeting with the families and the kids.
So welcome everyone, especially those who are here for the first time. If you have any questions after the service, you're welcome to ask any of us wearing the green clothes, and we will try to answer your questions. We have public services like this every Sunday at 10 a.m. And then the family service meets once a month, the second Sunday of the month. So the next one will be November 12th. We also have a 4 p.m. service in person on the first and third Sunday of every month. And then online Sangha that meets at 8 p.m. every Sunday, so in the evening via Zoom, I believe. And there's a link to that on the flyer if you'd like to join the online Sangha. We have a one-day retreat coming up, Saturday, November 25th, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. This is the Stop, Don't Shop post-Thanksgiving Day retreat. And then we have a longer fall retreat actually later this month, October 18th to the 22nd. We can kind of refer to that. That's a Wednesday evening through a Sunday evening. Our yoga classes will resume at the end of October. Those are Tuesday evenings from 6:30 to 8 p.m. And we also offer an introductory meditation course. The next session starts this coming Thursday, October 12th. It meets on 5 Thursdays from 6:30 to 8:30. And then there's an overnight compressed version of that same course material that will happen December 8th and 9th as a private evening for a Saturday around 2 p.m. So you can't come to the 5 Thursdays to do the overnight version. We have various study groups, including a member sitting and a practice discussion Wednesday 6:30 to 8. A Way of the Bodhisattva study group on Thursday mornings, and Recovery Dharma, which is our Buddhist 12-step group, which meets every Sunday afternoon. And I assume you also talk to anyone that's wearing very clothes about time that you might wish to donate to your garden. Maybe you have carpentry skills or like to fix things. There's always lots of opportunities with running buildings to
Okay, so let's all stand. And move forward. So as we do this practice of making vows, it's a full body practice. So begin, just bring your attention to your feet. Feel your feet connected to the earth beneath you. Breathe. Feel the presence of everyone in the room. And when we make a vow to the Buddha, we're making a vow to the Buddha nature in all of us. So please join me in that. So as we exit, we would like to ask your assistance with transitioning the room. So those of you who are sitting on mats and cushions nearest to the lobby, if you would, you want 2 piles of cushions. Those are the small ones. So let's place those on right by the door, the small mats. The cushions will go on the shelf in the back. Everybody else, place your cushions at the back of them in a nice pile. Those who touch the carpet, leave them here. So everybody has different instructions. Hopefully that was not bad. We will end. I'll see you in the backyard soon.